In this video, we're going over part 2 for the concepts of chapter 2, which is titled Chemistry and Measurements. Now we are going to learn about prefixes and equalities. Prefixes provide a standardized way to express different magnitudes of a base unit. It is a special feature of the SI as well as the metric system. A prefix can be placed in front of any unit to increase or decrease its size by some factor of 10. In table 2.4, we have a summary of selected number of prefixes, and those are the ones that you are responsible for knowing in this course. You need to know out of this table what is the name of the prefix, the symbol of the prefix, and when it comes to the quantity that they represent, you can know the regular notation or the scientific notation. There's one more piece of information in this table, and that is an equality. When we look at the equalities, I do not recommend memorizing the ones that are present here because this is a limited number, and it just presents what is the relationship between a basic unit and when that unit now has a prefix. But taking that into consideration, let's now explore what is an equality. Equalities use two different units to describe the same measured amount. It is a written relationship, and they can be done between metric system units, like in the case of 1 meter equals 1,000 millimeters, is a relationship that can also be written for US units, like in the case of 1 pound equals 16 ounces. And lastly, we can even have it for relationships between metric units and US units, like in the case of 2.20 pounds equals 1 kilogram. In table 2.7, we have some common equalities. In exams, I provide the US units relationships and also the metric US relationships. I do not provide the metric to metric units relationships, but you can see a selected number of them in this table. In addition to these type of equalities, which are known as equalities based on a definition, we can also have equalities that are obtained by counting objects. Any of these equalities are known as exact numbers. An example of an equality when you count objects can be when we describe that 1 dozen equals 12 objects. It is important to note that when it comes to this, we're going to see an application of this specifically into finding how to compare two different units, because equalities allow us to convert one unit to another while maintaining the same quantity. Equalities, in essence, what are going to be providing us is a way to write what are called conversion factors. And now we are going to see how to write them. Conversion factors are a written fraction of any equality. Here we have the example of 1 hour equals 60 minutes. When we're writing an equality as a conversion factor, as I just mentioned, is written as a fraction. Fractions have on the top part what is called the numerator, and on the bottom is called the denominator. When we have an equality, as long as you put the different parts of the equality either in the numerator or the denominator, it will be correct to write. So as you can see, in the equality 1 hour equals 60 minutes, Either the numerator or the denominator could be either side of the equality. So for any given equality, we can actually write two fractions. To practice how to write equalities and the conversion factors that can be derived from them, we are going to do problem 2.48. Out of the instructions that we have there, we are going to focus on writing the equality and the two conversion factors that is derived from them. Let's do letter A together. In letter A, we see 1 liter equals 1.06 quarts. So if 1 liter is 1.06 quarts, then the way that we write it is that we say, well, 1 liter can be written as the digit 1. Capital L represents the unit liter. To transform the word is, we're going to put the equal sign. And then we're going to put what that equals to. 1.06 Q and T is quarts. Next, we're going to write the two conversion factors that can be derived from this equality, which it would be if I place 1 liter on the top, in the bottom, I'm going to put what it equals to. So if I put 1 liter on the top, then I'm going to put 1.06 quarts in the bottom, and vice versa. If I say, or if I write 1.06 quarts in the bottom, I'm going to write what that equals to, which is 1 liter. And that's how we write equalities and write the conversion factors. In other words, the written fractions that can be derived from them. Now, practice doing problem 2.48, B and C.